Hi, I'm Tim Christensen, and I go by the name of Kiwi Painter because I'm a New Zealander, and I work in acrylics on canvas on a large scale. So my work is very, very bold. It's sloppy and wet and intuitive and quite primitive, I guess you could say. That's deliberately so. I scale my work up so that I can use all of my body in executing the work. And I try and do it as rapidly as I can so that I don't use my intellect. It doesn't interrupt the process of the expression of the emotion that I'm trying to capture, depending on the subject, of course. Some of my softer pieces are dripping and wet and subdued and quiet and calm, so that's how I paint. And some of my other louder, bolder subjects like ocean waves are violent and really, really full of movement, and they're a vast scale, primitive, squirting paint around, spraying it, splashing it, scratching it off the surface, tossing the canvas down on the ground, whatever it takes to produce a nice skin on the surface of the paint. I really feel that the emotion is the critical component. And so the planning before I go to the studio does occur over many months. I actually do use the intellect, I just try and keep it out of the studio. My Aurora series was inspired by the death of my mother and the being able to deal with the process of her departing. And I was thinking about the heavens, and a friend of mine came from Alaska and said that she had seen my mother zapping off into the aurora. So I started focusing on light in the skies and the heavens. I'm going to try and do a farmscape aurora borealis and see what happens. It might turn into something completely different. This is going to involve a number of different styles, I guess, or genre, or tools maybe. Start with my favorite palette knife, and then I'm going to get into my squirt bottle so I can get something liquid. Long is good. That's what's missing. You'll see soon how the paint will start to change itself. I really need to stand back and see what the heck I'm doing, because quite often I don't really know. Down on the floor you go. Let this puppy do some bleeding. Get it to work its way down there where I want it. I want the lighter colours to drip down into the ground here so that the sky's reflection goes into the earth's surface here. This is the crackled effect I'm going for. Sometimes just the enjoyment of making it happen is more important than the painting itself. It's just watching it paint itself. Who are we to interfere? This colour down here. A bit of a tangerine dream. I came to California on a scholarship to study feminism. I'm very interested in the role of strong women in society, and I initially started interrogating that subject and work a lot from the live model so that I can capture the urgency of the human form in motion and those broad sweeps of movement and activity that the human body can give us. Now I'm focusing on light around the edges of the body, light and dark in figurative work. Thinking back to the Bay Area Figurative School, which is my greatest influence. I love the Bay Area figurative painters, and I aspire to being anywhere close to them as much as possible. My children have influenced me a lot. They introduced me to the ocean theme, which I love because I'm a diver. And so they have me painting sharks and pufferfish and manta rays and things like that. I was so stimulated by an image of a dahlia that I caught on my iPhone that I decided to paint that, and realized how hugely sexy and fabulously hot flowers are. And they lend themselves very well to large-scale painting. They're fluid, they're energetic, they're very much like the human form. But it's really about the process, and for me it's a catharsis from my everyday existence in urban setting, and with too many children and too little time and too little sleep, to be able to pour my emotion out on the canvas and have it appreciated and shared by other people.